The Nobel Prizes really are the only recognition that scientists get beyond the field of scientists. Did it change you? Did it change your outlook? It certainly changed your status, but what about, you know, how you?
I think that you're quite right, Adam. It's the only prize in science that's really known about in the public at large. So you are suddenly catapulted into becoming a minor, very minor, but a minor celebrity. And that has consequences. There is a disease that people get, I call it Nobelitis. Where
that's my next question, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. And because people think that you know something about everything. And Nobel laureates have a tendency to start believing that they know something about everything. And that's really dangerous, because obviously you do not. So you have to watch for that. The real problem for being just a normal person, it's like having another job. Nearly daily I get asked to speak somewhere, to open something, to do something, and I have these hundreds of different ways of saying it politely, no.
And yet here we are on stage. Actually, you've said no to me a fair few times, to be perfectly honest. But what
in
is
fact, only a week ago, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
But here we are. But what sort of things are people expecting you to say? The Nobel Prize comes as a result of your research, specifically an area of your research.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But then you get calls up from people, well, I guess people like me.
Well, there's a lot of questions about science, and some of them are around areas that I do know something about, the same as you, genetics, cell and molecular biology, a bit about biomedicine, disease. Then, of course, it extends into other parts about science, about which I can comment about the process of science, about how science is done. But then I'm certainly not an expert on fracking or climate change or all sorts of other things. I can read up about it and I know where to look for the right sorts of answers. But people think that you're expert there. But then they also want you to sign petitions about all sorts of different things. And I've taken the view that I don't do that unless I really do know something about what I'm being asked to adopt or support.